Hello guys, and let's talk serious today. Because a lot of good people, maybe even you or your friends and relatives, still believe that Russia is very strong, Russia is invincible. And Donald Trump keeps repeating that on his press conferences in the White House, when the reality is very different. Now, there are dozens of Russian regions that are a war zone. And out of all sanctions, the Ukrainian sanctions do the best. For example, the gasoline crisis, which is totally inspired by Ukrainian drones. And gasoline prices always influence prices of all other products and services, and all in the context of empty Russian budget, multiplied by inability to travel using aircraft, because first of all, the airports are paralyzed because Ukrainian drones are traveling all over Russia, and second, because they have serious problems with the maintenance of their aircraft. Millions of Russians understand they are in great trouble and the special military operation failed tremendously. They have to turn off internet in some regions during attacks of drones on their military targets. But so many good people outside this region keep believing old Soviet crap. So I've decided to collect perhaps the most important achievements of these recent months, and all of them are before the launch of our Flamingo missiles. So let's discuss them in this video, and please share that, because many good people can make serious mistakes based on very wrong assumptions. My name is Anna, I'm from Ukraine, I'm in Ukraine, and if you want to see the defeat and demilitarization of Russia, and that is the only working peace plan, subscribe, we will discuss that on the channel sometime really soon. We love to discuss small Ukrainian victories, big Ukrainian victories, but we rarely connect them into a big strategy, bigger than the strategy to destroy oil refineries and thus to paralyze the production of oil. No, it's bigger. Because, for example, now, finally, they experience serious gasoline crisis. All the Russian social media discuss it. And the prices are rising, the queues are big, and it literally reaches every Russian. Every Russian that describes himself or herself as apolitical, that believes Putin's crap, feels there are some problems on gas stations, and they are only growing bigger. But what is more important, that gasoline prices influence the price of everything. The price of flour, the price of milk, the price of butter that are already too high for an average Russian. The median Russian salary is just 20% of the American. Tell me please, how does it go together with this image of a strong nation? Another important achievement, which is also the exposure of Russian vulnerability. And honestly, neither Putin, nor Gerasimov, nor Shoigu know what to do. Their failed air defense. Their burning oil refineries are the result of the failed air defense. Destroyed arsenals, the result of failed air defense. Russia is a no-fly zone. First of all, because flocks of Ukrainian drones are traveling their airspace in the mission to target legitimate facilities like drone production factories or missile stocks, which is good. It saves a lot of innocent lives. But at the same time, it's dangerous to fly. And it would be very logical in Russia to say that, sorry, we have to abandon flying. It could actually solve another problem that they have with their aviation, and that is inability to maintain old aircraft. They kept cannibalizing ones for the sake of others, but this cannot help you for a long period of time. That's not the strategy of a strong and successful country. So a lot of things actually unite, and typically big empires collapse really quickly. Russia experienced that back in the 20th century twice, in 1917, then in 1991, because all of that were Russian imperial projects. And trust me, the process of dissolution has already started when the Blitzkrieg failed, and we will witness that together. That's why subscribe and leave your comments, share these videos to help other people see the truth and make their decisions based on this truth. Let's talk about the Ukrainian sanctions that work perfectly to destroy Russian war machine. First of all of Putin's aims failed. Blitzkrieg failed. He wanted to demilitarize Ukraine. Now we are super militarized with lots of new enterprises, with lots of creative ideas, innovations, and new long-range heavyweight Flamingo missiles. We are united as a nation as never before. We have never wanted to learn that much about our history, our roots, our culture, our language as now. And look at Russia. He described this special military operation as the way to protect Russia, but now war in dozens of its regions. Russia is a no-fly zone. Russia cannot protect its strategic objects. This results in high prices and shortages, and people understand that in Russia, but somehow people fail to understand that abroad. That's why sometimes I feel like I'm your translator or interpreter from this part of the world. And that is one of the reasons why I've recorded a new video on Anna Danilchuk channel where we can together analyze Putin's visit to Alaska from the Kremlin, from the Russian perspective, because I feel they play with you so well, and many good people do not understand what the Kremlin really thinks about this meeting. We analyze Trump, White House, European leaders, but we pay very little attention to the Kremlin goblin. He does not deserve our attention at all, I agree, but until we see him in The Hague, we have to remain careful. And all of these sanctions, Ukrainian sanctions, I mean, they weaken Russian war machine. They expose Putin's inability to defend this monstrous Frankenstein of the Russian Federation. And the nature works against him. Serious floods in Magadan. They don't have fuel to help. Perhaps, the nature wants to wash the Putin's present because he visited Magadan recently. They have serious shortages of water in Rostov. And can you guess why? Also because of oil refineries on fire. How is that connected? It's really difficult to stop those fires. And when you target an oil refinery, it keeps burning for a long period of time. And that's why they need huge amounts of water. And there is no water in the tanks for ordinary population that so much believed in that greatness of Russia. And that is all with Ukrainian drones, just Ukrainian drones that already travel 1,500 kilometers deep inside Russia. Imagine what will happen when we release flamingos. Because most of Russian oil refineries, arsenals, military facilities are located in its European part. And it was, a mistake or a strategy, because typically Kremlin ignores its regions, its republics, and one day they will be happy to liberate themselves from this yoke. And people cannot feel safe anymore on Russian military plants. So people don't go working there. Don't join the Russian army. You always have a choice. And they do not pay salaries in time because they run out of money on those factories that are under constant attacks, or oil refineries. Soon they will start ordering people from abroad. And that is another danger, because many of these people live on different continents, know very little about Russia, remember some old Soviet fairy tales, and start traveling to Russia believing they will work on a shampoo factory, but they end up on an oil refinery that keeps exploding every other day. Because that's a new, improved Ukrainian strategy. Previously, when we started, we were able to take down something on a particular oil refinery. It would stop working for a week. Right now, we wipe out oil refineries in regions. Ryazan provides 5% of oil in general over Russia, and it supplies Moscow, and we took it down. They don't know when can they repair it. It's super important. Don't you think they wanted to protect it, but they failed because Russia is failing. They are failing since the very first day of the full-scale invasion. And they keep describing these problems on oil refineries in a typical Russian newspeak, saying unscheduled repairs of refineries. Unscheduled repairs of refineries. I'm looking forward for a beautiful day when unscheduled repairments of the Kremlin will start. And today we celebrate Ukrainian Flag Day. Thank you so much for using our flags to demonstrate your support, putting them in your homes, on your cars. This means a lot. And now when the world is so chaotic, when so many people are misinformed, I'm super grateful that you keep displaying Ukrainian flags. And that's why we've decided to make -15 sale in our merch shop on everything. So you can wear t-shirts and sweatshirts and caps and drink coffee or tea from our cups, and at the same time be an ambassador Ukraine, reminding people about our fight and the need to defeat Russia. Follow me on X, Instagram, Blue Sky, Threads, Discord, all the links in the description of this video. Thank you for buying me coffees, becoming my patrons and sponsors of the channel. Please share this video so that more people understand Russia can and will be defeated. United we stand. Slava Ukraini!